When joint venturing, what comes first, the partner or the property? The answer is both, but believe it or not, this is probably, as a coach, this is probably one of the number one question I get from members when they're looking to start joint venturing or break into joint venturing. And to be honest, it's a really good question. Most joint venturing is not easy. Most securing a joint venture partner is a lot of work. And I would say it's probably harder than landing a property, although in today's market being so competitive, they're definitely both extremely challenging roles. And so you need to, or not roles, but components of joint venture investment. So you need to focus on both of these things to have successful investment at all times. So obviously, both of these components are essential to the long-term success of a joint venture investment. If either one of those components is gone, then the deal falls apart. But I want you guys to think of them somewhat separately. Yes, they're both required for the deal, but when trying to secure one or the other, you need to view them independently. You can't have one affecting your focus on the other, and they can't be hindering your success in either of those columns. So obviously, sometimes you're not going to have a deal to present to a joint venture lead, but obviously you're still going to pursue that lead. And also, by the same token, sometimes you have a really good investment opportunity that maybe you've already got under contract, but you don't have a joint venture partner. And so you're not going to want to walk away from that deal just because you don't have a partner. So you need to be able to effectively move towards both of these things independently of each other, and try and line them up per deal. Let's talk about landing the partner first. So if you don't have a deal to present to the partner, what do you do? Well, what we do is we package and present previous investments, and we present those to potential partners. So just think about it. If you've got successful investments that you can already point to and present and show the ROI and the cash flow on those deals, that gives, not only does it give you credibility and gives you something to present to your potential leads, but it also gives the leads something to consider. You can say, hey, look, this is the type of property I've been investing in. This is what I'm experienced in. This is the type of investment I'm pursuing. Although I don't have anything under contract, if I bring you one of these next week, would you be interested in this? Are these numbers favorable? Is this cash flow in line with what your goals are? So, it takes some practice, but as you do more of them, you'll get more comfortable in the type of projects that you have experience with, and you'll get more confident presenting them to your partners. And this is where diversity is great with your investments, but replication of past investments is really good, and you can become a master in one specific area. We talked a little bit about presenting the deals, or what to present to and how to land a partner, but how do you avoid walking away from a deal if you don't have a JV partner? This is where a really good mortgage broker is going to be essential. So a mortgage broker should be able to not only give you really good financing and A lenders when you're well suited to that, but when they can't, then that's where B lenders come in, and even private mortgages. Your mortgage broker should be able to provide you with multiple options. Sure, there are exceptions to that, but in most cases, just because you've been denied an A lender doesn't mean you can't get a mortgage at all. It just might be expensive. So B lenders, private loans, private mortgages, the goal is to eliminate the possibility of losing a deal. Remember, we're trying to separate closing the deal from the need for a joint venture partner. So obviously you want to keep trying to line up joint venture partners, but in the event that you don't secure one, you don't want to walk away from that deal. And so that's where the more expensive B lenders, private loans, private mortgages come into play. You close on the deal, get the investment optimized, and then have your JV partner take over once you finally secured that JV partner. This is what's called flip to a JV. So in closing, landing JV partners will always be a challenge, and it's never a sure thing until the deal is done. For this reason, you cannot allow a JV or lack thereof to be the reason you walk from a deal.